We're going to say that every week, aren't we?
Yep.
All right, that's fair.
It really has become like my new favorite quote. Like it's grown on me really quick.
Like it's been my favorite quote pretty much ever since that Spider-Man movie.
Bonesaw. Well,
Yeah.
Bonesaw's ready and the
yeah.
recording's going. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
All right. Well, we ended last session. It is late into the evening or early into the night, whichever you want to say it. The sun is down. Most people in town are in bed. And you guys are walking away from the residence of Kine Fromperton, where his father, Brant Fromperton, is inside getting drunk with the angel. Hey, convenient. He's not in the party, I guess. He had it built in. And anyways, so yeah, you guys you're making your way back up through town towards the orphanage where you've promised Kine a warm meal and a warm bed and hopefully getting some information out of him. When Josh Long Alim, you're walking along, you're lingering just a little bit behind, probably watching the kid and keeping an eye out for people, and you step into a spot that all of a sudden you feel cold. A chill runs up your body, starting at your foot and going all the way up to the top of your head.
Oh man.
Yeah. I gotta find the disc real quick. Roll me a. I'll try this again.
Chelene's token is actually pretty cool. I actually can't see this graveyard thing though that you're all talking about.
It's number 1 on the map. Top left corner.
Okay. Roll a fortitude save. There we go. I had to actually go, like I was trying to read the thing. Roll me a fortitude save, please.
One moment. Fortitude. Fucker. Let's pick on the elf with fortitude.
Oh. Hey, what happened?
What?
You guys there?
Yep.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yeah, it suddenly got like really quiet, and I was wondering why you guys weren't responding. And then I got a doop.
It's a good thing I'm the one that records the show.
Yeah.
Ha! Suck it.
Or my wife. Oh,
Damn, dude. Yes.
the internet crashed. She see if she turned off that power strip in there. Okay. So, all right. What was the last thing you heard? You step on the spot and
Roll a fortitude save.
Yeah.
You made me chilly. And with feeling that chill in my bones and
he rolled a 20, so he's probably fine.
You rolled a 20.
And
okay.
With my +1.
+1. Yeah, you
was this a magic effect that was trying to hit me? Like, do I sense magic?
You do not sense magic. Roll me a knowledge religion if you got it.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you do got it. Okay. All right. So I can't roll this on my screen because I don't have internet. I gotta find my dice real quick.
What? Man.
My kid unplugged something, and yeah, we don't have any internet in the house right now. Oh my god! And she also made off with my dice. I'm gonna have to do one online. Jesus Christ!
My infiltrator has made her tax.
His knowledge religion was an 11. Do you want to tell us something while you're looking for your dice?
You don't know what it was.
Cool.
Yeah, you do not know what it was, but you do take 3 points of ice damage. You do not lose the strength because you made your fortitude save.
Do I feel that I resisted losing my strength? Or does only Josh know that I didn't lose strength?
Yeah,
it's relevant.
You feel like you jump back off of it, and you take some frostbite damage to your foot, but you feel like it could have been a little worse if you had really stepped into it.
And everyone's on the other side of whatever I just stepped on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just in this one little 5-foot square. If you reach your hand back into it, you feel that the air there is ice cold to the touch. If you want to put your foot back in, you're going to take another 1d6 points of damage. But yeah, just in this one little 5-foot square, it's completely cold spot. No one else noticed. They didn't step.
So what do I see looking at that 5-foot square?
Roll perception.
Yes, take it in the living room.
Damn it! So many different buttons everywhere. Is it?
Thank you.
How is my perception so low? God damn.
11.
You see nothing.
So the ground doesn't look frostbitten or chilled or mildew.
No.
Just doesn't even look colder.
Not that you can see with your 11.
Hey, Dahor. Hey, Dahor, come here.
I mean, it's kind of like an extreme version of when you're walking through a building by yourself and you suddenly get that chill up your spine.
Right. But it really hurt. Hey, Dahor, come here for a second.
It really did hurt.
What?
Come here, I gotta tell you something so that other people don't hear it. Like, come directly towards me.
I'll just look at him. Why? You're acting kind of funny.
I'm always kind of funny, but I also have to tell you something.
Roll a perception check.
All right, hang on.
Hey, I have internet back. At least I think, because I got your rolls for a second.
If he's rolling perception against me, can I roll diplomacy against him?
Well, I only rolled an 8.
So yeah, you don't see any
I only rolled a 3. It could be less obvious.
All right, so I guess I'll somewhat trust him, and I'll walk within 10 feet of him.
All right. So yeah, you don't quite get in the cold spot, but yeah.
I'll just kind of lean over.
So,
what is so important? You need me right there.
Well, Jeremy.
Yes.
In that area, is there any tombstones within that spot? Because we are in the graveyard.
Oh no, y'all. Well, that's just where your avatars are, and we didn't move them. Y'all were walking towards the orphanage. So I guess we never did pick a building for the orphanage to be, but y'all can pick that and be moving your characters over there. Jesus Christ, I still don't have internet.
What is it?
So I don't know what area we're in right now, so I'm trying to figure out my brain is trying to figure out the relevance of whatever this cold spot could be.
You are on a street in the middle of town. Like there's buildings around you.
Middle of town.
Did you just experience a random encounter?
I didn't really encounter it. I think I stepped on it.
Stepped on it.
There.
And I see you're trying to have me step on it, you jerk.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think it was really cold, and I don't like the cold. But you don't seem to be too bothered by it. Also,
really.
You're bigger than me, and I can pick you up later.
Do you think that maybe because we saw a ghost earlier in the night, that perhaps this might have something to do with it?
Perhaps, but I'm not going to play with it. I think Dahor wants to play with it.
Oh, I'm not.
Why would I want to play with it? That thing annoyed me the last time we saw it.
Something annoys you. You sometimes want to hit it. This is probably your chance.
Fine, then Dahor will whip out his
how much
his hammer, or not his hammer. It's I'll whip out my hammer in fortress mode and then just swing down on the ground, and I'll call him a chicken at the same time.
You strike the stones, and you see a crack appear through the middle of the cobblestone. And when you pull your hammer back, the metal is a little cool to the touch. You can roll a knowledge religion.
Dahor, you look like a fool. People are staring at you, attacking the ground.
Nat
Cloak up
one.
and stand back.
Chilled? Do I see his hammer get chilled?
Yes.
Hold to the touch.
Oh man, I got a nat 1 on that one, which was a 6.
Yeah, we'll say he pulls it back, and you can see just a little bit of frost on it, like it got cold. Yeah.
We're
Oh.
done.
Well, I'm looking at my hammer and I'll notice it looks a little weird. Can I do a perception check on it? Like I'm more confused.
Sure.
There you go, 16.
It looks like a hammer. Cold one.
I mean, obvious. Yeah.
All
By the way,
you guys have
much
not
damage did I take
identified this, and that's okay. It's okay.
Jerry, how
what?
much damage did I take?
You took 3 points of damage.
Oh, only half of what I got. Cool.
This is a waste of time. Ray's going to continue moving forward to the orphanage.
Okay, there we go.
I'll just be like, I don't know what you're complaining about. Everything looks
All right,
fine.
fine.
And he'll just start walking away with them.
Fine. I'll walk across the square again.
All right.
He's gonna
roll
die
for
before
six.
we start our adventure.
Doubt me, fool.
Anytime you're ready for a fort save. I got my internet back now, so I can roll your d6 on the
Oh,
screen.
yeah, thanks. Nope, yeah, thanks.
Nat 1 on a fortitude.
You take 6 points of cold damage and 1
And fall
point of
flat
strength
on my
damage.
face.
He's down, isn't he?
He is down. He doesn't have
And
the
very cold. Very, very cold.
What are you at -2 now?
Yeah.
Did he just die because of a random cold spot?
Blech.
Not dead.
This fool is messing with the
Mostly
afterlife.
dead.
Make
Can you heal him?
Make a survival check,
Me?
Josh. No, Josh. I mean,
No,
until somebody heals you.
KO. I can't do
you're-
anything.
Yeah, but you have to make a. Is it a survival check or is it a heal check to stabilize?
I thought it was heal check.
I thought somebody
Okay,
else had to
There, 21 for a heal check.
Okay, anyone. He stabilized you. Well, no, you when you go unconscious, you have to make a check every round to stabilize yourself.
That's
Otherwise, you
Dave,
lose a hit
I just
point.
didn't
if you
know.
do that.
It's a Constitution check of DC 10 to become stable, unless someone heals.
I thought it was something different.
What it says right
Nope.
here.
Con check makes sense. But yeah,
I failed.
so
guys.
yeah,
Dahor, can you heal?
all right. So you're down to -3. Well, I think the heal check was good enough to stabilize him, right?
Sure, yeah, but
Yeah.
can he be healed? Does Dahor have the capability of healing him?
I don't know. I'm trying to look up what spells I have because I don't know the character well enough to know if I even have healing spells set up or not.
Damn it, Sansa.
I thought I did.
I think you.
I'm trying to find where the heck my character sheet
I'm
was
not.
originally.
I'm not metagaming
Oh,
this one.
Your character sheet doesn't have spells added to it, so we'll have to look at your character sheet in the drive.
Yeah, I don't have the link to the drive for whatever. Hang on, I gotta pull up the other drive. Drive! You know how prepared I am for this.
I was prepared for this, but I'm the one that's unconscious.
So all your spells come off the cleric spell list, but you have to prepare them in advance. So
Yeah.
Stuff.
it's a question of whether or not you prepared.
Yeah, I've been pretty lenient with Talim about which ones he prepared for the day. So let's see.
I think last game I actually stabilized what I actually prepared.
Oh yeah, and you're a spontaneous caster, so you can
Little
just burn a spell slot and cast Cure Light Wounds.
He can, yeah.
You talking about me?
You can. Yes. Dahor.
All right,
Huh.
then I guess I'll.
I was about to say
I'll burn-
Josh, but then I figured that wouldn't answer it any better.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a 1d8 plus 1.
I guess I'll burn a spell slot then and do the spontaneous casting. I need to learn my character.
So yeah, so you're a spontaneous caster, which means that you can like burn one of your spell slots and cast a spell, which effectively works out as you using 2 spell slots to cast 1 spell if you hadn't prepared it. But I mean, this is the end of the day anyways. You'll get your spells back as soon as you wake up. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, hit him with a 1d8 plus 1. Let's do this thing.
There we go.
All right. What am I rolling?
D8 plus 1.
Oh my God! Really?
Nice. He's not even alive.
Oh, he's back up to 0. He's not conscious.
God.
But he's back up to 0.
Why do I nat 1 on that?
I am not carrying him. I am too small.
Hang on, I'm trying to see. I could have sworn Jeremy actually put some spells down on the character sheet.
I could have sworn what you had prepared for the day.
Going to spend my entire evening trying to get the elf back on his feet.
Just smack him around more. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Kick his corpse. Kick him.
I thought we put a list of spells, but I guess not.
So I'm gonna get up and be like, why do my ribs hurt?
I see under tracked resources, well, there's potion of cure light wounds.
Where the hollow? There we go. Open that.
War Feast, Divine Commander, spell memorized. CL first, concentration was 4. Melee touch, range touch, first. There we go. I got first cure light wounds, murderous command, 0th at will, guidance spark, virtue.
Yeah, there we go. Guidance, spark, virtue, cure light wounds, and murderous command is what you had
Cast
prepared.
cure light. He's gonna have to burn something to cast another one.
Yeah, you have to burn his murderous command for the day.
All right, then I'll. Well, okay. So wait, I burned one to use cure light wounds I already had.
No, you didn't. You didn't have to burn that one to use the cure light wounds you already had.
Okay. Okay. Then,
but you did only bring him up to 0. So
okay. So then burn murderous command, and then I can do cure light wounds again.
I think so. Yeah.
I thought it was just that since he had the spell prepared, with his number of spell slots, he could cast any of his prepared spells any number of times. Is that correct? Or
no, not with the prepared caster. If he wanted to, normally if he would want to cast cure light wounds twice, and he wasn't a spontaneous caster. Spontaneous casters get a little bit more freedom. Yeah, he would have to prepare it twice. So wizards, you'd have to prepare it twice because you're not a spontaneous caster.
Okay.
That's the
so I had cure light wounds anyways. That's what got him to 2. Burning one of my other spell slots for the murderous command for another cure light wounds. So when I burn a spell, it has to be another spell in my spell list that I'm using.
The war priest can expend any prepared spell that isn't an orison to cast any cure spell of the same spell level or lower.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So
that's
only
spontaneous casting.
cure spells.
Okay. So the cure light wounds would cover.
Hit him with a 1d8 1. Let's get the elf back on his feet.
Okay, there you go. He's got 3 that time.
There we
I
go.
rolled 2.
It's back up to half.
And now I'm going to attack the hole.
Y'all stay there and fiddle with the hole with the cold spot for a while, and after about 45 minutes or so, it dissipates, and it turns into a normal spot.
Raisha has been over there, so like messing with his fingernails. So.
Yeah, the kid is laying up against Stop, and he's already fallen asleep, sitting on the ground.
Look like fools playing in the dark.
How do you think I felt?
I can't imagine.
Got knocked out by the floor.
I would have thought an elf was smarter than to be messing around with the supernatural.
Well, I thought the orc would have thought that too, but he didn't believe me, so I had to show him.
You would think that of an orc.
You didn't even tell me what it was you're poking around with. You just said, come here and look at this.
Yep.
Why don't you tell me what the hell I'm poking at, and maybe next time I'll shove you in it instead.
Maybe because I didn't know what I was having you poke at. I was trying to find out what it was.
And tell
But
me you're trying to find
no.
out something's there, not poking into it.
Ah,
If
Chupa,
I'd
nah,
said that,
I'm gonna
maybe
walk
you'd
off.
done it.
I'm gonna walk off.
I'm just gonna look over at my wolf and whistle, and then like point at him, and be like, "Get him."
Yeah, he mauls you with kisses because you are the school teacher.
And if I had said that, you still would have done the same exact thing you did.
Guidance spark. Probably.
But yeah, DC 15 knowledge religion, by the way. DC 15. You guys got close.
I'll tell us all about it another time. What's next?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, if you would like, you can continue on to the orphanage and still try and talk to the boy. It's gotten a little late. He's a little sleepy, but yeah, still, the promise of warm food will coax anything out of him. That came out wrong.
Or did it?
All right. I'm not gonna talk to the boy because I am a rat folk. So I leave somebody who knows him, maybe a school teacher or an orphanage master, to handle this, and not a trader merchant rat man.
Yep.
Not it.
Not it. He's already claimed. All right. So what were we trying to get out of the kid again? It was just information about where.
What he saw.
Yeah, what he saw.
Yeah.
He saw the
Because I'm
murders.
pretty sure he saw the bad people kill the other bad people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What was the kid's name again?
Kine.
Kine.
No, you're good. Kyane.
All right. So we make it back. There's Kine. Let's see. Did we try and give him any kind of food or anything?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. You gave him a meat pie when you were at his house to convince him to come with you. But I believe you promised him, somewhere to sleep and some more food, and that he wasn't going to get a bath.
Yep.
Yeah. He didn't have to take a bath.
All right. So
we'll
say
give him that.
we'll say we just shoot away all the other orphans and we brought him into a room with just us.
I'm gonna wait
Meat
outside.
Meat pie sitting in front of us. Doggo next to him, sitting there, eyeing the meat pie. And then I guess I'll ask him. So, you got to tell me, what did you see the other night?
Yeah. Yeah, he's eating, and he gets real quiet and kind of holds his food down. He's it weren't nothing really. I mean, it was. And so, I mean, like I said, I was out looking for a spot to do some night fishing, and I had stopped between two stalls in the circle and was resting my legs for a minute. I must have gotten tired because I fell asleep, and I woke up when I heard some people talking, and so I crept up behind the old rain barrel that Brimmer uses to mix his possum punch, and I seen some grown-ups yelling. One of them, a lady, she said something about, "You're appropriating the Runelords' rune," or something like that, and she sounded real angry. I recognized their clothes. There was the Horned Frogs, as some of my dad's buddies, and then the others were dressed in the robes that them stuffy people wear. The Order of Resplendent, or something like that. Anyway, one of the frogs said something nasty to the lady, and she stuttered for a minute, and then the color drains from his face, and his like he gets real quiet with his spits. Then things kind of got weird.
Yeah, what do you mean they got weird?
Well, she pulled this sword, see, but it were broken or something. I mean, it looked like it used to be a rapier, but it didn't have a blade no more. Just a just a fancy basket hilt.
Hmm.
Anyway, she pulled that, and one of the frogs started laughing, but then got choked, and his throat opened up, and he started bleeding.
Hmm.
But that weren't the worst of it. It got real cold, and a heavy fog came in from nowhere, and it didn't come alone. There were things in that fog, mister. People. They
People?
started, yeah, like he leans in close because he doesn't want anybody to hear and laugh at him. Spirits, ghosts, like that man that showed up in the circle today. That they started swirling around in the air with the fog, and then one after another, all the horned fangs just dropped dead. Just dropped. And I was too scared to move until one looked my way, and he looks down at his toes. It kind of looked a bit too much like my paw, and I got scared. And that's when I ran away.
Hmm. Well, it's fine. There's nothing to worry about now. You'll be safe here. Kind of look at the dog. Dog just barks a little bit. See, he'll protect you. Anything else you can tell us about these figures? Anyone else you recognize or anything at all?
I couldn't recognize their faces because it was dark. But I mean, like I said, they was wearing them robes, and I heard that one woman yelling about the runes, and there's that lady that's been yelling about that in town. Her and that old man that keeps the museum. They've been yelling at the fangs for a while about their their rune that they use.
Yeah, anything you know about this rune?
I mean, just that it looks awful neat. It's a circle, and it's got like this shape up at top that looks like fangs coming down, and it's okay. What's the bottom? I think the bottom of it looks like fangs too, but yeah, it looks like a mouth closing, and the horned fangs. They thought it looked real cool. That was before they was called the horned fangs. Then there was just they was the Sandpoint I mean, not the Sandpoint. We're not Sandpoint. The Roderick's Cove, liberation. And then they got this, and now they're the horned fangs. It looks awful neat. My daddy's got one.
I'll kind of usher over to school teacher still with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you got a slate and some chalk that we can have the kid try and draw this thing?
Bag? Let me check. Do.
Jesus, the hell's wrong with me?
That's what I've been wondering for a long time.
I went to Google to to get one of these because there's not one in the Roll20 thing. But I went to Google, and then I typed Google in the search bar. I don't fucking know why.
Is that how you get to Google? I don't know.
Like I said, I typed it in. Once I got to the Google search bar, I typed it in. Save image as.
Yeah, sure. I guess I do have some chalk on me. I mean, you can just draw on the floor. It'll go away.
Spring-loaded wrist chalk. Ping.
Yeah,
Sure, there's a wall nearby he can write on.
Yeah. Eric, can you draw it out for us so we got an idea? Just kind of, hey, sketch this in a book or something.
Yeah, I can do that. And he begins sketching. Add handout. Choose a file. Desktop. Pathfinder. Boom. Changes. Got it. Show to players. Show to everyone. That's what it looks like. Okay. It looks like a set of fangs coming down. It's set inside of a circular patch.
And this is the symbol for the horned frogs.
The horned fangs. Yes, horned
Yeah, yeah.
frogs. Yeah. It's the. Don't let my daddy hear you call them the frogs. Now he might get in your face. Don't tell my daddy that I'm here. Also.
No. You just got lost and we found you.
I don't think your father is the least of our problems. Yes.
So, what we're gathering from all this after interrogating this small child is that there was a confrontation between these horned fangs and the Order of Resplendence over a Runelord's rune and the misappropriation of such. Potentially, they're using this symbol here, which may be the Runelord's rune. But they were not happy about that. And it sounds like in the Order of Resplendence, someone broke out a broken rapier and called in a fog of ghosts to exact some vengeance on that.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds like maybe these horned frogs aren't really invested with this rune lord, but perhaps the Order of Resplendence is.
Yeah. Can any of y'all roll a knowledge history?
I got knowledge loc, no history.
Let me see.
Local will work.
Which knowledge do you want?
Knowledge history or knowledge local,
Oh,
whichever
that
one's your
sucks.
highest.
I don't have it in either.
Boom.
Daddy 4.
Oh,
That's 20 to 4.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
What's funny is I don't have any points in it.
I hate you.
That's why we attempt the roll. If you don't have any points in knowledge history, I don't think you're going to roll it, man.
I know. That's
So,
what I'm thinking. Yeah, I got no points.
That
but
makes it
I
even
just-
worse.
So
That-
Josh's
that
roll
makes
is
it
shows here that you've got a +1 in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why
but
you
it's
filled it in.
untrained.
Maybe it's
Maybe
just the one then. All right.
that +1
Oh,
might
I
be coming from
I don't have it.
traitors.
Yeah, I don't have it checked. So it is just a 1. I don't have any bonuses in it. I don't have
Okay.
ranks.
You've got the +1 from your intelligence. You don't have any ranks in it, so yeah, you couldn't roll that. All right. But Talim, you recognize this as a Rune Lord of Wrath. You know, now that you've got it in your hands, I guess you've never paid too much attention to it while it was just on, those MAGA hats sleeves. Like you just kind of ignored it. And now that you've got it in your hands, you recognize it as the Rune of Wrath.
Oh boy.
Proud Boys.
And what does that mean?
The Rune of Wrath, it is from ancient Thassalon, and in ancient Thassalon, there were these sorcerer emperors called the Runelords, and each of them took a traditional rune of Aslanti power, which the Thessalonians broke off from Aslant, but that's they took what were traditional Aslanti runes of power and corrupted them and made them runes of vice or something like that. And this represents the rune of wrath. Like this is their own. They built their own special forms of magic around these runes. Yeah, and this one represents one of the Rune Lords. Dun dun dun.
And how bad is that?
This does not sound good for Roderick's Cove.
No, it doesn't.
And tell us how bad I know that is to be.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how you interpret it. To these guys, Thassalon and Aslant, it's about the equivalent of the ancient Greeks and Romans. and Aslant is really kind of the equivalent of Atlantis. It's it's a little more myth, and largely, you probably believe that the stories you've heard about the Runelords, about their great monuments of devastating power, and their fucking sentinel 100-foot tall sentinel statues that could move. These things, you probably believe these things to be overinflated myth.
I would say probably most people do, right? Like,
Yeah, like
if you
most
even have
people,
knowledge of it, like it's like if you're saying it's like Greek gods, probably like, I've heard of it. I've heard of Hercules, but I don't know much about him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it may be a bit inflated from the actual history, but we have a very current problem with the people who are very much invested in this historical construct.
Yeah. This may kind of be the equivalent of you just discovered that the local gang all wear swastikas. Like, like,
That's a
hey,
good
they're
analogy.
like,
Okay, so
that's
that puts
like,
it in perspective. Thank you. This is
Yeah.
bad.
yeah. Like they may be, they might not, know exactly what it is, but like, this is like, that's a bit fucked up.
Okay, so the question becomes, what do we do with this
Uh,
information?
So we basically, with this kind of a group, have two options. One, we let them kill everything that's not them. Or two, we don't
they-
die.
But we're
they've
working with the
not
assumption that they
been-
seek to kill everyone because they've only attacked one another.
Yeah. As far as the Horned Fangs have never been particularly violent in town. They've never caused any
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
fights or murders.
But the other people coming for that icon are going to kill them and everyone in their path to get to them.
But this is an assumption. They have not done anything outside of
And
killing the front.
besides killing
Mhm.
all of them, and they killed them by description, very quickly, very efficiently, and invisibly. I don't want none of that.
I think we need to ask what the motive is. Why
Okay.
why would a group of people who believe in 1,000-year-old dead gods come here to Roderick's Cove and attack these Horned Fangs?
Do they have
And-
something that they want?
And do they even want anything here? What are their goals? Is this really a problem for Roderick's Cove?
It sounds like they're here because all these people are wearing that symbol, which makes me think that they actually have this rune that these people are looking for. And
Is the rune a physical thing, Jeremy, that you can have? Or is it just a symbol?
I mean, it's just a symbol. It's just like, there's runic language now.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. It's just a symbol. You can carve the symbol on anything.
okay, misinterpretation.
And you're also,
but
I
they might
noticed
come
you
here
guys.
to kill everyone who has knowledge of the symbol.
Dude, this would be like Nazis showing up today to kill neo-Nazis for using their symbol. Like, it doesn't affect us.
Hmm.
Except for the fact that we're not Nazis or neo-Nazis. We're the
And they
people
haven't.
Nazis and neo-Nazis kill.
Yeah, but are we? Because they're not.
I'm
You know
not
what I'm saying?
I'm not an Order of the Resplendent.
Right? But they haven't shown any violent tendencies towards the citizens of Roderick's Cove.
Not yet.
Yes.
That's my
Like
thought.
y'all have never had, like, they've never been associated with this rune, as far as you know, other than some people saying to the Horned Fangs, you shouldn't wear that. That's a bad idea. So yeah, like, as far as you know, like the Order of the Resplendents is a scholarly group, a kind of a kind of a weird
Educated
group.
Nazis.
They all live on this compound up in the north of town, Peacock Manor. But they are, oh my god, I just saw it. The Heaven's Gate children. That's like, they're like a weird kind of cultish group that lives in the north side of town, but they're all like, they're educated and peaceful, like, but they're fucking weird.
Okay, so they're educated and peaceful. There's no reason to think that they would be attacking the people of Roderick's Cove. They're just mad about somebody using their symbol. So unless we investigate further to find some ulterior motive, then what do we do?
Yeah.
Do we go to the town guard?
Maybe we should actually go to the Horned Fang leader and see what they know about what they're
Now,
doing. That's
I don't
causing
know
this.
about you, but I'm a
I
simple merchant. It is not my job or my place to be approaching gang leaders.
What do you
I
think the
would-
gang leader is going to do to me because my kids start shit
Okay.
with them all the time?
Now you may
Cornelius.
say it's not your place, but we were just asked and offered
Mm-mm.
reward by the mausoleum majigger to find and solve the ghost problem.
Cornelius asked us to
Yeah.
look into Roderick's manor. That's what he asked us. He did not say that we needed to settle disputes between two gang leaders.
But apparently the issue with the ghost is caused by the Order of Resplendence.
We don't know that.
Fair, but they're doing things that are very similar.
I say we meet tomorrow, as we said, to explore the manor and see what we find. I'm not saying you're wrong, but
I don't know either.
it's worth investigation. And I think we should start with Roderick himself.
Yeah, let's start with the thing that might not be as dangerous and getting us choked from 10 feet away first. I like this idea.
Depending on what we find, maybe we do bring it to those gang leaders.
I say we bring it to the town guard, but
Also a good idea. Or both.
I'm no war priest, but perhaps the guard should be involved.
I don't know. He sounds like he's got his own guards up tonight.
Yeah, whatever works. Less hassle for me. We'll get the guards involved.
Yeah, let's all the kids are here tonight, right? Let's count heads, make sure all the kids are here, and let's just all stay here because the kids are the only ones who can't protect themselves.
Oh, I have business back in.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you have
I'm
other
not
things to protect.
And perhaps when we meet tomorrow, you could, I don't know, maybe leave the children at home.
Yeah, of course. Right. Well, them right now. And who's absorbing their
Announcement.
microphone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're sucking on their microphone over there.
Is that Jeremy?
no, I don't think so. I'm not moving.
You're very much blown out right now.
You're very much inhaling your microphone.
All of your electronics are breaking tonight.
I'm not even moving. Like I'm barely even
You
breathing.
sound better now.
Yeah,
Okay.
now you sound better.
With
Sorry.
that, Raish is like, oh, well, I will see you all in
Okay.
the morning, and he's going to leave the
Good
party.
night. Do we want to meet back here?
We said at the end where we were going to meet. At
Okay,
the
we
tavern.
did.
At the tavern where we were drinking with Bellman earlier. That's where we're supposed to go. And that was supposed to be at noon because you guys have jobs.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of nerds.
Eat a book. Don't do that literally. I like my books.
Fair.
Like,
Yeah.
You better be
Well,
careful. I'll make a nest out of it. You don't even know what rats do.
you're gonna
Actually-
regret giving him the book.
Actually, I kind of do know what rats do.
All right. So I'm leaving the party. I'm gonna go back to the Warren. Get my rest for the evening. What are we doing?
All right.
Actually, I'm gonna
So,
run
yeah.
the restroom while you guys are sorting that out.
Now
Yeah,
it's
keep going, keep going.
trying to look at my spell list and trying to figure out what all my options for 0 and first level spells are. Because if I'm resting and we're going someplace spooky and we're being attacked by cold spots in the ground, I need to choose new spells.
Oh,
to
yeah.
have prepared.
Oh yeah, you might want to figure out which spells.
But I
you need to
can't.
prepare
I
for
found the
next day.
spell list by alphabetically, but I can't fucking sort them by their spell level.
Oh, that's weird.
I need 0 and first level wizard spells. But I only get 1 first level wizard spell, don't I?
I think so, something like that. Might get 2 spells by class, spells by level.
Yeah, I get 1
What's
first
your-
level.
right here.
2 zeros. All right, sorry. I'm just trying to figure out my spell thing because obviously I have to find 2 0 level spells. To actually,
Okay.
maybe the horse should be doing this too.
So I'm gonna give you this link. You're gonna have to look to the left side. I mean, to the right side of this table, where it says source, and anything that starts with PZO and then has some numbers, you can use. But if it says blog or PPC AOE or something weird like that, those are third party spells and you can't use them.
Okay. Oh, I found something to sort 0 and first. Ha!
Okay.
I was looking at my floating disk page and it said wizard 1. I'm like, ooh, I clicked that. And then they gave me spell level 0, 1, 2, and I'm like, aha, the magic button.
Yeah, there we go.
So what are we doing? Moving
So,
on
yeah.
to the next day?
Yeah.
And these
So-
guys are planning their spells they're going to prep?
I
Yeah,
just
the next day, the sun rises on a peaceful, morning, a peaceful moon day morning in Roderick's Cove. The birds are chirping, the bees are singing. Yeah, everybody is happy. Everything seems of a normal day here in the Cove until sometime around 9-10 a.m. After the sun's been up for a few hours. Some men down at the dock realize that Brant has not reported for work. Someone goes to check on him and discovers that Brant has been murdered in his home. The building is surrounded by town guard. If you try to make your way towards, the Frumperton residence, you'll probably see a handful of familiar faces of, obviously people throughout the town who are trying to get a sneak peek in on what's going on. But yes, this is quite the scene right now.
I'd imagine Raish is over here in number 9, just kind of perusing the bazaars, and he's not one to investigate these sort of things, the happenings of humans. So he's kind of hanging out at number 9.
So who was
Okay.
Brent again?
Brent's his kid's
Brant.
father.
Yeah, it's Kyne's father.
Okay, that's what I thought. So let's
Um,
see. Am I still there with the kid yet or no?
You're wherever you want to be.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my assumption. Is the kid wakes up and spends the day with the other orphans, or runs off and does his own thing in town.
Okay. Well, I would have told the kid to, stick with the other orphans and to not go anywhere. Because, he said he was worried about things. So then I guess I would have headed on to town to do my meetup, and I would have heard about the kid's dads, or heard about things going on, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So then I would definitely go and investigate it.
All right. Yeah, you arrive and there's a crowd. Anybody can be in this crowd that wants to be in this crowd, by the way. Yeah, I'm just saying. So yeah, you're there's a crowd there, and there's a handful of guards, standing near the front of the house. Is all right, back up. We got an active investigation. We can't have any interference. You guys have to, you have to stay back. Quit trying to take pictures. Shit, no, that doesn't exist.
I'm gonna have my dog start growling at people and me just storming right up to the guards. Kind of people get out of my way.
Yes.
That reminds me real quick. How many spells do I get on my guy? Just 2 level 1 spells, right?
2 level 1s and 3 level 0.
Okay.
Where's the other Josh? Where's Talim?
He's getting more than I do.
Yeah, he's a war priest. He gets different things.
I'm a wizard. I get less spells. All I do is spells.
Look, I don't understand. I don't know why, but I know that in the end, you will be the much more powerful character.
True.
Like wizards, if you make it to level 7 as a wizard, you're pretty much unkillable.
You probably lost a little something in becoming a swordmancer or wherever the hell you are.
That could be it.
Shenanigans. Leave me alone.
Swordmancer.
Swordbinder.
I'm a sword
Okay, no,
binder.
you.
He's a sword
you
trapper
I'm a sword
Okay, no,
binder.
you.
He's a sword
You
trapper
can,
keeper right now. He'll be a binder later.
you
Mhm.
can also learn do 2 level 1 spells and 3 level 0 spells. You've only got 1 level 1, 2 level 0s prepared on
Oh.
your character sheet, but you can have 2 and 3.
Oh, this changes things.
Yes.
So where's Talim right now? I'm curious.
Yes. Where's Talim?
Got
No,
Dahor
as
trying
we're-
to break his way into this house and push past the guards. I'm wondering where Talim is.
I may or may not be in the tavern where I was supposed to meet people.
The middle of a work day. We were gonna meet at noon.
It's 9 a.m. Like 9, 10 a.m.
Okay, then I'm at the school with the kids.
Okay. Yeah. So
Unless something disrupted me teaching the kids and I had to go see what it was.
well, the Brant's house is relatively near the school. I believe we said that he's just a couple blocks south of the circle. So he
Was
would
he
be.
found? Was he found? Was there a disruption of him being found murdered and stuff before 7 a.m.?
No, not before 7 a.m. They found his body roughly around 9 a.m.
That's when school starts. So I would be in there in the school.
So
So, perception, I guess, to see if I notice shenanigans or the kids being distracted.
sure, roll a perception. See if you catch on to the. Yeah.
Kids
You notice there,
acting.
there is a bit more noise than normal coming from outside. It's a little bit more of a boisterous day. So, yeah.
So I look outside and see a crowd.
And yeah, you see, off a couple blocks to the east of town, a crowd gathering. You also probably recognize Dahor and Stop as they're, coming up to the edge of the crowd and starting to bowl their way through.
All right, I get my assistant to take over and I close and lock the shutters so the kids can't see what's going on. And I head out that way.
All right. So
Because
as Dahor
another
is
teacher.
elbowing his way through the crowd, the one of the guards, he sees you, he holds up his hand, he says, hey, come here, look. And he steps up, he says, look, it's pretty nasty in there. The boy's father is he's gone. We need to know what kind is. None of us have seen him.
I'm gonna grab the soldier by the shirt, bring him in real close, saying, "The child has been with me all night. Tell me what happened."
he holds up. He said, "Look! I'm sorry. And Talim, you should be probably getting there about this time." He says, "Look! I'm sorry. Look, all I know is that it was reported to us a little bit after 9 this morning that he never made it to work, and one of his coworkers found his body here. He appears to have been stabbed in the gut. He
His
bled
coworker
out
found him?
rather quickly."
Okay.
Okay. Well, Cakey got away. He bled out rather quickly, and it. Oh, the assumption is murder. There was seems to have been a fight. He's got some blood under his nails, but we don't have any suspects as of yet.
And you said his coworker found him.
Yes. One of the men down on the docks.
Where is that coworker now?
He's up at the garrison having some warm milk and a meat pie.
And you're
He's,
not questioning
he's a little
him?
bit shaking up. Oh, I'm sure that the captain is having him questioned as we speak, but he's a little shaken up, and we wanted to separate him from the crime scene.
Understandable. I'll let go of the guy finally.
I think seeing you guys there, Rafe might come and join quietly from the back there.
I'll kind of look at the guard and look at the other one, kind of lean in. It's like, what's to happen of the child?
Oh, well, The way this generally happens is we check to see if there's any family in nearby towns. And if we can't find somebody, then of course he'll be remanded to the orphanage for long term. I don't.
You'll see the horror gun and go, shit. Okay.
He said, well, I mean, the boy's got lots of friends and people who love him in town. He may be an easy one to find a home for.
That's fine. He'll stay with the orphanage for now. We can protect him in case someone's coming after the kid.
Yes, that's good. He'll be safer around the other children. And yeah, but you haven't. And have you seen him today?
Not yet. He was with the kids, and I told him not to keep him out of not to have him out of their sight.
Oh, good. He looks to Talim. I don't suppose he reported to school today, did he?
Did he?
That's up to you. I'm letting you answer that question.
Well, did he?
I can roll with it either way. Do
well, actually, I was at the orphanage last night, so I took him to the school.
Oh, fair enough. See,
that makes sense.
So he's definitely there right now, and will be there for the remainder of the day.
Oh, well, that's good.
Don't help me.
I don't believe we should tell him as of yet. We should probably.
I don't think anybody should know as of yet.
Seems like everyone already does.
Yeah, I was about to say he looks out at the crowd. Well, that's going to be a problem. You see.
Yeah, I do, because any one of these people could be the person. And I look at every single person around me.
So he looks back out at the crowd and gives the fry stare.
So I suggest everyone here who is not a suspect should go home.
People like look at each other and then look back at you, and some smart ass dude you probably would recognize him if he's a younger guy, probably left your school a good 5-10 years ago. You're just a teacher, you're not a cop.
Then I'll whistle real quick and then look at him and have the wolf just start growling, fur up, everything.
Can I just?
I think I'll leave though, because I'm afraid of wolves. I mean, I've got to go buy toilet paper.
You might want to clean yourself.
So you hit him with a piece of chalk?
Oh, fuck yes. In the face.
Yeah.
In the face.
Absolutely. Yeah, you
Maybe you shouldn't have ignored all of my lessons.
Well,
Go.
I'm not in school anymore. I don't have to know words.
You didn't know that when you were in school either.
That's fair.
Go on, get.
All right. The guard's still kind of just standing there. Is there anything else I can do for you? Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Do you have the murder weapon?
Oh, yeah. Let me just pull that out of my pocket. Because, mystery's over. I got the weapon right here.
Didn't you say it was some kind of sword?
You're welcome to hit this guy, by the way. It was a blade of some sort. Pierced him through the gut. Did some rather nasty damage. We can't quite tell how long it was. It cut him up pretty bad on the inside.
The answer is no. We do not have the weapon. Thank you.
That would be correct. Yes.
That's what I needed to know, you nincompoop.
Look. Just because you taught me in high school doesn't mean that. I'm
Clearly,
sorry,
I didn't.
I'm just gonna look at him and go, "What do you even teach these kids?"
Apparently nothing.
I like the idea of you being the teacher for just everybody who's in town because you've been there for so long.
Job already. Or maybe I
But
just
yeah,
hate my students.
God, maybe you hate your students. That's fair.
Apparently.
I think we all need to get out of Roderick's Cove. I don't know what to add to that. Like,
I mean, y'all. Let's see options. Y'all can go on about your day and ignore it, of course.
we still have to meet with
y'all
Bellman at the tavern.
Yeah, y'all can go. Y'all can go try to meet with Bellman. You can try and talk your way in here and see if you can find any clues or investigate.
I've got a plan for what my guy's gonna do.
Okay,
Let's do it.
let's go.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is to kind of cheese my way into the investigation of that. I'm gonna look at the guard and go, look, since I'm the kid, or I'm gonna take care of the kid, let me go on in and get some effects for the child, so that at least that way he's got something and he doesn't have to see this mess.
Ooh, I like that. He looks at you. Roll diplomacy or bluff, whichever one you want. A low DC. Low DC.
Let's see.
He's already helpful.
Well, diplomacy is my better, so.
Nice. So he all right. Look, he you know which one was his room, do you? The small one.
Well, where's the body in? So try to avoid the mess.
You won't be able to. It's right inside. It's well, you'll see. So you walk into the building, and I didn't prepare a scene for this because there's no map. It's just a thing. You walk in and you see this small 20-foot by 20-foot entry room. A ragged half destroyed piece of wooden furniture, like a wooden couch over on one side with a blanket draped over it. The blanket looks as if it's been disturbed and pulled partway off the couch. A tipped over chair that's beside the dining table. To the west side of the room is a door that will lead into the boys' bedroom. And then on the north side of the room is a door that you would assume leads to Brant's bedroom. But Brant's not in his bedroom. It seems as if Brant was sleeping on the couch and is laying in the middle of the floor in a pool of blood.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, are the guards actually like in the room or in the house in the room with me?
No, they let you go in, by yourself. And if the others of you, if y'all just kind of walk behind them, like what you're doing, they're not going to stop you either.
I think Ray's just standing at the door, just looking in.
So I'm gonna have the dog and kind of gesture the dog to sit in front of the door and just kind of like sit there. Don't let anyone in.
How about the dog?
Or the wolf. So I guess at that point, do I do some kind of perception or something like that? See if there's anything in the room that either looks suspicious or,
Absolutely.
like you said, the mess of everything everywhere.
Perception. All right, so 14 perception will be enough. You get up near the body and you notice, aside from the stab wound and the blood under his nails, it looks as if something with claws, like something ripped at his shirt, as if when he woke up it seems as if he got disturbed and he tackled whoever was in his house. And so he's got claw marks like through his clothing and on his body of where something scrabbled out from under him. Most likely after he had already been stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
So, anybody else want to roll a perception while you're there?
Clearly one of my favorite skills.
Yeah. 7.
There's coffee brewing.
Yeah. I say there seems to be a dead body in this room.
But boy, that stench.
But I do want to specifically look to see if any of the symbol is there.
Yes, there is.
Because
you
we
notice
know
on
his dad was part of the Horned Fangs.
Yeah. On his coat, hanging on the dining room table, is one of those patches, the Horned Fang patch.
And it's still there? Okay.
It is indeed.
Guess I'll wander over there and take a look at it too.
The jacket is undisturbed, as if it's been, as if he hung it up when he got home. And do you, Dahor, do you share that information with the others? The claw marks and the torn clothing.
I'll kind of like look at it and wait a minute while I'm looking around at everything else. Anything else in the room that I noticed besides the body? Like, obviously I know there's claws now. Would I roll another perception or survival to see if I can figure out if the thing's still here, let alone where it might have went?
You roll survival. Yeah, that'll work.
14.
Survival. Yeah, you notice that's it's got some, like it clawed and dug its way up from underneath him towards the door. It went out. You notice some non-humanoid footprints. That's what I can give you with a 14, is they're non-humanoid. And say a little bit of brown fur on on the ground.
Now, here's a question. With my wolf Stap, would he be able to like register that scent or anything like that if I have him smell it? In case we got to try and track it later. So I know in senses he's got scent, so I'm assuming that's something.
Let's see how scent works. I'm gonna have to Google it on my phone. Pathfinder scent. Locate unseen foes.
Wouldn't locate unseen foes have to do with invisible objects?
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
I just figured if we might, he's a wolf, maybe help us track it later.
Could track by sense of smell. But let's see. Let me see. Oh, I don't have his perception.
I don't think we actually
made.
Did we make a sheet for him? No, we didn't.
No, we haven't made a sheet for him. But I can get his sheet open on Roll20. I mean on Hero Lab real quick. Mm-hmm. If you'll roll a d20 for his perception.
A creature with the scent ability can follow
15.
tracks by smell, making a wisdom or survival check to find or follow a track. The typical DC for a fresh trail is 10. The DC increases or decreases depending on how strong the quarry's odor is, the number of creatures, and the age of the trail. For each hour that the trail is pulled, the DC increases by 2. The ability otherwise follows the rules for survival.
Okay, yeah. So at this point, he would not be able to track the scent.
Okay.
It's been several hours.
But I'd want to grab up a little bit of the fur, though.
Absolutely. Yeah. Grab it up, stick it in your pocket, tie it up with a little ribbon.
Yep.
Yeah. Give it to the boy. This is what killed your father.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be that mean. Well, not that mean yet. If he hasn't pissed me off yet. Well, anyways, I'm gonna look over and be like, "Hey, come here a sec."
Okay. Who are you saying that to stop?
No, not stop. Well, actually, I'll kind of, stop. Come here. I'll move over. I'm just
The
gonna
dog.
grab the fur, smell this, and remember it for later. Have him do a quick sniff, and I'll just shove it back in my pocket, and I'll be like, "Sit here, good boy." Give him a quick pet.
You did get it.
Um,
All right. So yeah, he sniffs it and his ears perk up a little bit, and yeah, he registers the scent for next time he might encounter it.
Yep. I'll just kind of look at him and go, "Trust me, bad guy." So what was it? Talim's with me, right?
We're all there.
Talim's with you, and Raish is in the doorway.
Okay. I'll talk to Ration a little bit just because I don't want him alerting the guards. Then I'll kind of gesture Talim over. Hey, come here a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the body. There's all kinds of claw and slash marks, and then I found this, and I'll show him the little bit of fur. And looks like it may have went out the door, so it's not here anymore.
Don't go Daddy's bed until I get you dry. Please.
Hmm.
Any ideas on what in the world could do this kind of thing?
Can I actually make a nature check on the fur itself?
Sure.
Maybe I can try and figure out what kind of animal it is.
Sure.
Come on, Hallie. Come get close. Come on. Now. Seriously.
Oh, knowledge 22. 22. The best you can tell with that is it seems to come from a larger creature. Like this isn't a dog or something like that. This seems to come from some a larger mammal.
So you're talking when you say that with the background, you're referring to an animal that might be too big to just walk in his front door.
I mean, not. I guess probably not that big, but I mean, just this isn't your common, like dog fur or it's not something that's So we're trying to find a way to, because 22's a little short of the DC 25. But I'm trying to think of a way to give you something without giving it away.
It's a creature big enough to potentially wield a sword.
What's the breed?
Yes, there we go. It's a creature big enough to potentially wield a weapon. So you're looking for some kind of mammal that has at least some level of sentience. Some level of bipedality or something, tripedality. Brown.
Brown fur, apparently used a bladed weapon. And you said there's claw marks as well?
There is.
Here. Allie, come on. Put on this clothes.
So we're looking at something fairly big.
Does this fur look like it actually came off of a living creature, or maybe someone wearing fur?
Well, I guess that would be a harder thing to tell, because either way, the fur is dead once it comes off.
Oh shit! You know what it is? Bennett came back from a different area and killed this guy.
I certainly don't
Cthulhu
think
came in from the other game.
Yeah, Cthulhu came in. Blah!
I believe his girlfriend was wearing furs last night.
Can I try and think about what kind of animals might be in this animals, creatures, humanoids in this area that might be like that?
You can make another knowledge check on it in 24 hours.
Oh, on local?
On that particular topic, because you already looked into it.
On that, because you haven't gained any new information. So,
Okay,
knowledge
fine.
local, like there's tons of freaking animals.
I didn't realize
in the
checks
area.
and stuff were like every 24 hours per subject.
It depends on the check and the information. If he hits you with another piece of information, like, oh, you found a cat's eyeball, you'd be like, oh, well, let me roll this again.
Yeah.
But in the case of Pathfinder, because you're still new to the game, it's much like D&D where they have a lot of different humanoid races that would be furry. So,
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Josh.
For all
this
you
is a
know,
this isn't a
could be a
small
There's a
town.
lot of,
like,
Yeah. but Josh knows a lot of these races. Talim does not.
Mhm.
Talim is
Alright.
an elf. You think he would?
First thought was it's a fucking
oh, this is broken. Oh.
You didn't fix my motor.
Oh, you broke
I
it
don't
on
know
the
what that
first?
means.
You didn't fix her Motril, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't fix her remote control. No, this
Oh.
she found one of our old Game Boy Advances.
Nice.
Send
it to me.
Well, if it works, then I might not need to.
Send it to me anyway for the collection. You don't need it. I just sent you an Xbox with all those games.
That's fair.
Yeah, God.
Oh man, I can't even in my TV. I was gonna hook it to broke.
Oh,
God damn it.
All right, dial back. Back on track. What do we do?
okay.
Back on track. Yeah, for all you know, it could be a werewolf, dude. Could be a hippogriff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know a little bit more about the animal and the body in that room. Anything
big,
else that we can
It was
determine?
furry. It had a sword.
Yep,
Oh,
had a sword. I guess since there's nothing else important in that room, I guess there's two of the things I'll look at. One, is there anything of like money or valuables laying around?
I was trying to help. All right.
I'll guard the door.
All right. Guard
So-
the door.
He wants to take all the valuables.
Is there any kind of valuables or money laying around for the day?
Yeah, the kid's inheritance.
Yes, there's if you rifle through Brant's pockets, you'll find, probably about 4 gold worth of various coins. Shifting through the house, you'll hold on. Do what, babe? Should I let the dog go yet? Okay. Anyways, so yeah, you're not going to find a whole lot of value in the house, as how seeing as how Brant's sold most of it for drinking money. But you do find a couple of outfits for the kid. Some dinner plates and things that haven't been sold because they can't really draw in much money. Just various little things.
Okay, so he's actually going to do something nice for the kid, which is out of character, and grab up the money he can, any of the small little valuables, throw it in a pouch or a bag, something that's around there, get some clothes for the kid, and then also see if he can rummage around to see if he can find like some kind of knives or anything that could be maybe a potential weapon for the little kid or something to help him out. Something he can carry on him.
Okay. Something you can carry on him. Yeah, actually, I'll say that Brant, yeah, there we go. Make it a little bit sentimental. Why not make a thing up? Brant actually has stuffed away in one drawer in his house a small chain with a tarnished brass ring on it that matches the brass ring on his hand. If you recall from last session, he said his missus done died like 11 months ago. So
It's his wedding
you
ring.
could surmise that this was
Mhm.
their wedding bands.
The boy should have his mother's ring.
Yep. So I'm just gonna kind of motion over to Talim there and be like, look, I got some stuff for the kids. See if you can find anything else for him.
Take his dad's jacket.
Yeah, take
How else
the
is he gonna stay warm?
take the Horn Fangs jacket. It's a good one.
Yep.
Take the symbol off of it.
Smart.
It's a pat, right?
Make sure there's no blood
Okay.
on it.
Yeah.
The coat is clean.
Okay.
Well, as clean as a drunk man's coat tends to be.
Yep.
But don't take the patch off yet. There may be a purpose for that.
Okay.
Are we?
But it's still the kids. It's something that'll help keep them warm. I mean, it's a jacket. So.
Yep.
True.
Are we done here?
Yeah. Is there anything else for the kid or anything we can poke around?
No.
Clothes,
Unfortunately,
food.
y'all missed a little bit of no food. You did find some clothes. But yeah, unfortunately, y'all missed out on a couple of clues. That's okay.
Because we didn't roll high enough. Son of a bitch.
The mystery is not unsolvable. But yeah, it's getting on midday. You know, it's the sun is rising up in the sky.
All right. So yeah, I guess we'll be like, all right, Talim, let's get out of here, and I'll kind of gesture to the guard. I've got the bag of stuff, and like trying not to show him what's in the bag.
It's kid stuff. It's none of his business.
And yeah. All right. You guys didn't touch anything, did you? I mean,
What?
I could
course
get in some
not.
real trouble for letting you in there. Good. Thank you.
We just got some of the kids' stuff, and sorry, our feet print are everywhere in the blood, and that no way around that.
Oh, that's good. I don't need Captain Janet coming down my throat.
But we'll look after the kid for now. But if you hear of anyone else that wants to take him more, we'll talk to him then.
Of course. I'll send anybody your way that comes inquiring about the boy.
Yes. Do.
What time is it? Oh, perfect. It's good. 9.
It's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. What time is it?
We'll say it is. You know, it's about 11:30. It's a little bit before noon.
You were there for like 2 hours? Damn.
Yeah. Well, you search the house for things. You
Yeah.
talk. You know, you got clues. You talk to the guys.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
Raish is going to make his way over to the tavern.
All right. You get there, and Bellman has not arrived yet.
It's okay.
If you ask the barman, you know, he'll tell you that wait, no, what barman's voice is typically Russian. Yes. No. Silly bright man like to sleep in after nighttime conquest, you know.
Of course. Foolish. He's foolish.
You find him at museum. He no drink before noon. He sleep.
Okay.
Wait, you talking about Bellman or you talking about
Bellman.
Bellman? Okay. I was lost.
Yeah, that's where Bellman lives and works at the museum with.
Did you guys follow me there, or did you have to go back to work?
Cornelius.
I'll assume I followed you there because we're holding off on telling the kid.
Then if Bellman is not here, maybe we leave. Maybe we started adopting your Russian accent. We should leave word for Bellman if he arrives to meet us at the manor.
Sure.
Yes. Good. I can leave message. I write message very well.
Sure you do.
Yes. Talim, could you write a message and leave it with the barman?
Just tell him to come to the school.
We're not going to the school. What is it going to do him?
Then I can leave a good message at the school where he's actually going to go to.
You're going to have this dude walking all over town.
I don't want to leave it all
You know
with the
what?
bartender.
I like it better that way. He should have to walk all over town for not showing up.
You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, this this kind of works because either way, I wanted to work this in here, and it can happen at the school as easy. It can happen at the museum. So, as you you have to go down to the school to leave the message with your assistant,
And let her know for the rest of the day.
and when you get there, you see that she's a little sidetracked. Instead of being at the front of the class where you'd prefer her to be, she is standing at the front door, gesticulating and arguing fiercely with a balding, seemingly middle-aged man holding a small wooden box. You recognize this man as Cornelius. Yeah.
Well, I must see him. He must be somewhere in town. I have to see him. It's of the utmost importance.
This is not the tavern, old man.
I'm not here for the tavern. I'm here for you.
And we were going to meet at the tavern.
Well, he wasn't agreeing to meet you at the tavern. But he wanted to come. He said,
Look. It's there's something of vital importance. I must share with you.
Oh yes, do
Come.
and he gestures to all three of you.
Says, come here. I know. I intended for Bellman to deliver this for me, but the boy won't wake up. So,
No idea what that's happening.
my young friends, I believe you may know me under some false pretenses. I've been in this town for a relatively short period of time, but you see, I'm older than any of you may ever know.
Or one.
In my time.
Yes.
Yes, child. As I was saying, in my time, I have collected a great many things. Some of these things have been very important in a quest that I am worrying every day that I may not see the end of. But some of those items may help you today. I have a great disease about what's going on here in Roderick's Cove. Everything from those damned frogs in their damned runes, to the ghost showing up, to the circle. And he sits down and he puts this box in his lap and he opens it up. He says, I've got a great many things and I've lost a great many things. And he pulls out, at first, a finely folded red cape with gold embossed religious stones all down down one side of it, made as clasps. You recognize at least 4 of them, Sarenrae, Desna, Abadar. There's one item that I believe may be paramount to what you have facing ahead of you. And he reaches in and he pulls out this one pewter ring. It's pewter. It's a dull, gray color. And I found this deep in a dungeon, for lack of a better word, that looked very much like some of the monuments that scatter this landscape. This is called a Sahedron ring. And he hands it over to Talim. And he says, what this does is it activates a power called Force Shield. Which will make it tougher for things to hit you. So he gives you this ring. It's a Sahedron ring, and it has as a swift action, you can activate it for a spell called Force Shield, which adds 4 to your AC.
Oh.
Yeah. And he hands that to Talim because your AC is, yes, absolutely. It registers as an extremely high level, strong magic like you've never seen before. This is an ancient magic that like you're unfamiliar with the school.
I would like to take that, please, Talim, if you do not mind.
I pointed the ring on his finger. Put the ring on my finger.
I understand.
I'm afraid my longtime friend here must have this.
Talim's head like lurches upwards and to the side, like, what'd you call me? In that tone, like, what? Okay, continue.
I have heard
His friend.
of the things that that happened in this town. I spoke with Aldrani, and she told me about the wound that killed the horned frog, and the curious the curious facts surrounding the death of the others, and it seems as if they died of fright. And this stands out to me as the item that I feared that Roderick found in that vault all those years ago.
I
believe he found an. Do what?
I think I have a guess on what it might be, Cornelius.
Oh yes.
It might be like a rapier hilt.
Ah, yes. That is that kind of confirms it.
Yes.
It is a rapier. It is a rapier, and it has no blade. Yes, is this what you've heard?
Yes, that is exactly what we heard.
Ah, and his face flushes. He gets that look on his face like he might throw up. It is as I feared.
Great, now I'm
That,
curious.
you see, is what's called the Sword of Pride. Barakat,
Right.
as it's been called in ancient.
Wait, what's it called in ancient? Say it again.
Barakat. Baraket. Yeah, Barakat. Yes. You see, that is the named sword of the ancient rune lord Xandergor.
Runelord.
Rune Lord of Pride. You see, for many years, I have noticed that things are not happening in the time that they should. It started when I first came to this place. At the same time, many years ago, but also only a few days ago. He stands up and he wipes his hand off on his pants. And he says to you, my friend Talim, Do'o, Raish, my new friend Raish.
Yes.
I'm afraid I must introduce myself to you for the first time. You see, my name is indeed Cornelius.
You do kind of skip that when you do come up. You do kind of skip introductions often, Cornelius.
You see, I must introduce myself to you for the first time. My name is indeed Cornelius, but you may hear of me in the future under the name Cornelius Cordova, and he extends his hand to shake yours, and that is where we will pick up next week.
Yes.
That's as good of a stopping spot as any.
Okay.
A little
it.
early tonight, but yeah. So that's not as big of a reveal for Talim, but
It probably
like, cool. You told us your last name. Awesome.
So why?
Are you surprised at least?
Okay, so this is Old Man Cordova from the future and the past from the other thing.
Yeah. That's my character from the other Rise of the Runelords game.
See, that's why I thought it was like, but wait. Okay, so this is the old man version of what I predicted before.
Yes, bottle cap, by the way.
Yeah, that's why when he was like, "This is Cordova," it's like, wait a minute, he's supposed to be a couple 100 miles away right now.
He's supposed to be a lot of things.
Yes,
there was a lot to do with our last game and the reflections in the mirror, as well as what's happening here.
Okay.
Yes. So
I guess
what has now been revealed.
My character doesn't know anything about Cordova, right?
None of us do.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, none of y'all do. But what is now like, the reason I wanted to go ahead and do this tonight, get it out of the way. We are playing Book 1, The Secrets of Roderick's Cove, Return of the Runelords. And so my plan from this point on is with Rise of the Runelords and Return of the Runelords, I'm going to stitch these two campaigns together so that we finish the whole story at once.
So we're in the future of your game in the past.
That's a good question. Where does this take place in terms of
This-
the other game?
Yeah, timeline.
This is taking place.
Are we Grandpa Marty McFly? Or are we?
Damn it,
No, no, you are Marty McFly running back to the mall to see Marty McFly leave.
That doesn't
That's
help me
real.
understand where we're at in timeline.
All right, so in Rise, I'm gonna go with months, like Earth months, because it's easier right now. In Rise, y'all are roughly in I think it's November, mid-November
Okay.
in Rise in the year 4707, in the year 2007. In this one, you are in roughly August of the year 4707.
Okay, so we're a few months back.
So I
Cool.
mean, it's about the time. I said it. Actually, I did say it yesterday. I meant game time. I mentioned something about the Swallowtail or the Desna's Holy Day. That's the Swallowtail Festival in Sandpoint.
Ah. So
Yeah.
that's interesting, Zanza, if you consider that Cordova hadn't even arrived in this time frame yet,
Mhm.
where we're at right now. So, and for Casey and for Bennett, if they listen to this later,
Yeah.
But isn't this time frame in the past?
it is. This
But
is
he never
prior to him
arrived.
arriving.
Yeah, so this
Right,
is
I
prior to
think-
Sandpoint being attacked for the
When-
first time.
When he arrives, he's like a 30-year-old man. Now, in this where we're at now, which is prior to his arrival in this timeline, this is an old man who's giving away his possessions here.
So the
So
old man's in the past. The young one arrives in the future.
yes,
Right now, I mean, it's not really giving anything away because I did it at the end of the Rise session. But right now, I have populated in this world and already written and planned 3 instances of Cornelius Cordova. So like he is like on the day that it is right now, because I mean like he did arrive like right now. The game did technically start before he arrived, but yeah, he's already. So there's Cornelius Cordova in Roderick's Cove, who goes by Cornelius. There is Cornelius Cordova in Sandpoint, who's naked and running around town and wearing somebody else's bedroll.
Mhm.
And then there is Cornelius Cordova, aka Broderick Quink, in Sandpoint, who was one of y'all's quest givers / helper NPCs in the last game.
Mhm.
love
So,
it.
yeah.
I love that no other game has ever existed to match the story we're crafting here.
Right? Like no one else has ever played Rise of the Runelords this way, and I love it.
Game backwards.
Not backwards. Well,
I mean, I
I'm
wouldn't
just,
know.
I'm just taking the sequel because Return of the Runelords is a sequel. It's supposed to happen by the book. It's supposed to happen some 10 years after Rise of the Runelords, and like you guys are supposed to know who the warriors of light that came from Sandpoint were and all that stuff. But I like this better because if it works out the way I want to now, like y'all can interchange your characters between the games. If I want to do some special session like GCP does for their 100 episode sessions or whatever like that, like I can bring both parties together to do cool shit.
gonna be cool, man.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Anyway,
gonna be fun.
let's go ahead and say goodbye to the recording.
Bye,
Aw.
recording.
Bye, recording.